Hello and welcome back to Factorio, and we are... See, do I have... There we go. We put up the walls and the turrets for this place where we have iron and uranium. So this station has all the rails and stuff that is like necessary for the station to function, and a wall around with turrets defending it for the time being. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go back and do a bit of stuff in the base. And I think we are going to do what I was talking about in the last episode at the end, with the whole like we should probably do some robots and stuff, something like that. Let's go down a bit. The entrance is over here. Whoop. Me not crashing into the trees there were very well done until I crashed into these ones. Here we go, we are free. Let's shoot these. Now we can actually, if I remember correctly, we can throw grenades in the car, though that is a recipe for disaster when you accidentally hit your car with that grenade. So that's usually why I don't do that, but you can do it. So let's go up over here. Going to have to go, and there we go. Let's repair the car and we are done. Now, I do want to armor, like power armor. However, I think it's better resource-wise, since we don't have iron and stuff up and running. We need to put up the production of electric engine unit and processing units, blue circuits, for example. I think it is better if we make the modular armor. So let's make one of those, and then we should pick up a bit of steel and some batteries. Now I'm not sure how many batteries we are going to need, but we might need a few. How many have you? Let's do this. We have the power armor now. Right, there it is. Now, if we look at the modular armor, we have a tooltip that says various resistances. So in regards to the heavy armor, it gives you more resistance than the heavy armor. It's not a lot more, it's just a bit more. And the light armor just sucks. So I usually go for the heavy armor before I usually skip the light armor, go for heavy armor, and then I usually skip the modular armor and go straight for the power armor. Now, we are going to go with the modular armor. So if we skip the resistances, we get down to inventory size bonus 10. Now, when you equip modular armor, you get 10 more inventory slots, so we can fit more stuff on us. And then it says equipment grid size 5x5 and shield capacity 0 and accepted equipment. Yes, this is an armor piece that can be upgraded. Now we have, by right clicking, you open up the armor to see the slots. And we have, as we can see here, a 5x5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 down like that. So 5x5. So it's 25 squares, which we can fill with various stuff. Now, what we want to have is a personal roboport. We need a bunch more of the batteries to actually make that at this point. Now, I'm going to try to take as many batteries as possible. Let's see if we can shove them in here. By forcing the laser turret to actually build us, like the assembly machine to build as many laser turrets as it can. The chest is full. Now we just need to have the laser turret output to be as full as possible. I could shove some in, but I feel like, yeah, let's do that. Let's put 4 in there. That would make it so it can't produce anything else. Now I'm going to take one since it's producing. And let's start taking all of them from here. Now, night vision is something that you can use to allow yourself to see in the dark. Afraid of the Dark adds perfect night glasses, which is a bit more expensive, but they take up the same amount of space in your armor. So the equipment slots they need is exactly the same amount, but it requires a lot less power. And yes, you are going to have to power your armor and equipment with electricity. Now, we don't have anything good when it comes to producing electricity. We only have the portable solar panels, which absolutely suck at producing power. Now, we can have a lot of them, but yeah, the maximum output is not high. Let's try to get 45 batteries. I'm probably going to do something like this to force it to keep on producing while I talk. Now, let's equip the modular armor. And if we put it down here, we can see, boom, we get 10 extra slots in our inventory. If we remove it, they also gets removed. Something to be aware of, that if you have a full inventory and you lose your power armor because you remove it and don't equip it anymore, you are going to spew stuff all over the place. It's going to fall on the floor. It's going to be ugly and messy. Now, we are going to have to produce some electricity in this thing, so let's do at least 4 portable solar panels. We are going to need some batteries, so let's make one of those. I'm not sure I want to make more than one, but we'll see. And we are going to put them, and when you have equipped your modular armor or power armor, whatever version of armor it is, we can right click, open this up and shove equipment in here. And once you have this open, you can see that the solar panels, the solar panel power is 60 kilowatts. So we are producing 60 kilowatts of power in this armor setup at this point. If we add one more, we have 90. And if we add the fourth one, we have 120. Now we are probably going to need quite a lot of these. Now you can't when we get the battery, I'm going to show you, because the battery is have a dimension of 1 times 2, so it's looks like this. Now you can't rotate them. There is no way of rotating stuff in here as far as I know, which sucks a bit, because it means we can't like put this on the the bottom here. Well, like we can't rotate it with R and do it. So we are going to have to like build around this thing, like do this, and then have the batteries like this, and then other stuff around. So we are going to have to plan out how we are putting these things in here. But for now, I think we're going to do like this. Once you have the battery in, you start generating power. Now, solar panels only generate power when the sun is up. So during the night, you are running completely and solely on battery power. And solar panel sucks at generating power, so yeah, we might have to be a bit careful. And everything here needs power. Everything you put in the power armor needs to be powered with electricity of some kind, and the amount they need is very different from item to item, so you have been warned. And then we have the personal roboport, which is a 2x2. Let's put it like this. Let's see, is there anything else we want? I absolutely want perfect night glasses, so let's make one of those. I probably want one more personal battery, so let's make one more. And then make 4 more solar panels, I believe. For now, we are like, the modular armor is not something we want to use when it comes to fighting, because it sucks, basically. So I would recommend to not use, like, don't be tempted to try to use your first, especially if it's a modular armor, to make your first like armor to be for fighting, because if we look, we have the personal laser defense, which is basically a laser you put into your armor that you can use to fight enemies, that and it auto fires if an enemy is close enough. We have this charge defense, which I think is just bad. I don't think I ever made one. We might try it later on, but for now I'm just going to skip it. Exoskeleton is basically just like extra legs to make you run faster. And then you have some shields, so you can actually have shield, like the kind of sci-fi shield you find in various series like Star Trek, Stargate, and so on and so forth. This is as it says, provides an energy shield to protect the player. The energy shield has a hit point, and it takes some time for it to recharge, and it uses quite a lot of power. And then we have some utility items which makes it so, like, for example, this one, belt immunity equipment, prevents belts from moving the player. So when I stand like this here, I get moved by it. But if we make one, I could actually make one just for funsies. Let's put these ones in, and here I get moved. If I put this in, I don't. So it won't slow me down because I'm running in the opposite direction and so on and so forth. But I feel like I don't need it, so we are not going to equip it. It takes a bit of power to have it, so if you feel like you don't want it, then try to not use it, because that's just extra stuff you going to have to power. Now, let's take a look. Right, there we go. Now, we have this alert saying that 30 objects are missing construction robots. Since we have ghosts placed down, we have a portable system for robots to work in, since we made the personal roboport. And since there's stuff placed down as ghosts for like measuring stuff, and it is in the green box we can see right now, it means it's screaming that, oh, there's stuff we can build, but we don't have any robots to use. So it's trying to like notify you, and that is something that we should be very aware of. There is a very convenient button in this square. If we look down to the quick bar to the right of it, we have just beside the alert button down here, we have this toggle personal roboport. You can click on it, and that means it's turned off, basically. So it won't try to build stuff with your robots, if you have any robots. Now, we need robots if we want to do any of this in a good, like, if we want to be able to automate stuff, like automatically place down stuff, we need the robots. Something to be aware of is how many robots one personal roboport can supply. If we hover over this one here, we can see the robot limit in the tooltip says 10. So we can have 10 robots working at the same time. Now, what do we need for? We need flying robot frames to make robots. And for one of those we need steel plate, battery, electronic circuit, and electric engine unit. Okay. For the electric engine unit we need lubricant. Right. Lubricant means we need heavy oil. And I hope nothing of that actually got picked up by the mic, but screaming drives me insane. Please talk and don't scream. But anyway, that's not something that we should care about when we play games and try to have fun. Let's take a look. We need one of the oil refineries, so we need some bricks. There we go. Now, I'm not going to put up the oil. I'm just going to do this so I have stuff, like just going to produce it very like quickly, like a small amount, just enough. Let's see here. We need it to go into one of these because we need it to turn into... No, it's not one of these. It's these ones, right? And we need to make the heavy oil into lubricant. Let's move it like that. There we go. Like that. Heavy oil. And the dog is whining because they left again. Let's see here. Engine units. Please, brain work. Try to focus. Then we just need to pick up engine units and electronic circuits. We need to put in 10 of them, and that's it. Once we have the electric engine units, 10 of them, we need to make the flying robot frames. Let's see, where do we have? There we have the engine units. Oh, I had more than 10. Let's take 20 so I can just take half of it later on. Let's take the car so it goes a bit faster down there. Here we go. And because we just need electric engine units. We don't need anything else really. Like that. Though we do need water down here. Let's see, where do we have water? There we have water. Yeah, for the advanced oil, you will need water. So, like this. This one should make lubricant. We are going to shove as many as we need. And then let's just output into a box so it keeps on going. Oh my god, can't she... That dog is going to drive me insane if she can't be left alone for 5 seconds. Finally, we... yeah, it took some time to fill up the batteries, but finally we have basically a full charge. Now, the more solar panels you put in, the better. Now, I think what I'm going to do is actually make one more battery and then 1, 2, 3 more solar panels. We have made 5. Let's take the car up to the bus. I need to pick up some resources so I can make... what is it? Solar panels. What I'm missing is copper. Or rather, what I'm missing is this. Like that. Right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. And then we go back down again. We have 1 left. There we go. This one over here. We have a battery capacity of 60 megajoules, which is okay. It's not bad. Though once we start using our robots, that might get used up quite quickly. You're all right. We are going to cut the cord here because we don't need to make any more of it. So I don't want to waste any like resources. At least not too many of them. Here we go. Let's put in the last solar panel. And we have the 10. There we go. Let's remove the power poles. And this one. And yeah, like, as you can see, there's not a lot of space to work with here. I'm going to have to see if I can keep her company a bit. The episode is basically over, but yeah, as you can see, there's not a lot of space in this modular armor, which is the first one you unlock. This is the reason why I usually skip it, because since there's not a lot of space and you basically can only fit solar panels, the things you can power is very limited, and the amount of stuff you can put in is also very limited. But it is something that, just to get started with like personal roboport and perfect night glasses and like a bit more resistance to when you get attacked and stuff like that, it's still an upgrade. It's just not super good. Let's see, what do we are trying to make the robots, right? So for the robot frames, we need, if we go to where they are, we need batteries. Let's pick up some more. We need some more, not a lot more, just a few more. And once we have the robot frames, we will be able to do one more. Come on, one more. There we go. Now we can actually make the robots. Now, what we want to make is construction robots. There is 2 different kind of robots. They both need flying robot frame, but then they need either electronic circuit or advanced circuit. What we want is the construction robot. That's the kind of robot that is going to help us build. So that's the one we want. But the dog is being super noisy and this episode is basically over. So we're going to have to wait to actually get a robot until the next episode. Because the frames is going to take a while since I'm doing some pocket crafting here. They are going to take a while. And when you actually equip your modular armor, you get a new skin for your character. Your character looks different depending on which armor you're actually wearing, which is a neat thing. But with that, we are going to have to call this. So thanks for watching, goodbye, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.